One of the most important things is to think about the marketplace that you're in today. And I want you to tell me about the age, profile, or demographic of the type of people that live in your marketplace. And this is a really important conversation. Is it singles? Are they young couples? Are they families? Are they in a position where the kids are a little bit older? Is it an aging demographic? And why this is such an important foundational piece is that if you know about what's happening inside that marketplace, then you can then hire the right people for age, profile, and demographic in order to be able to make sure that they're absolutely at their best. Now, if you've got a particular marketplace where maybe there's a whole group of people that speak a very specific language, having someone in your sales team that can speak that language and get along with that audience is massively important. But this is what I'm trying to get you to think about, that if you want your team to win in more listing presentations, they've got to pair up with more of the people that are going to help them to be wildly successful. Now, let's have a quick look about how this actually goes to work. You know, one of those things is that sometimes in your life, you're going to get called out to a listing presentation. And my favorite one was going to that listing presentation where, unfortunately, I was working with someone who's a little older and they were having to grapple with that decision about whether or not they move out of their home and whether or not they move into an assisted care village or maybe something, where they could get a little bit more care and someone could look after them. And I'd always be on the side of the son or the daughter. You know what? Your son or daughter's right. You probably do need to move. Maybe now's the right time to do it. But as a young person, they never really wanted to take my advice. And then we struck gold. And I was actually in this position that recently I was coaching this lady and she was phenomenal because she's been through a situation where her mum had actually gone into a nursing home. And so naturally she's learned through all the different things that you've got to do to get access and how it works. And now what she does is that she's got this phenomenal lead source because he gets a call up from the nursing home and says, hey, this person's thinking about coming in. Can you go and see them about the potential sale of their property? Now she goes over there, she has a great conversation with them. She has the cup of tea and the scone and she really talks about where things are at and what's going on. And when the son or daughter starts to push on the mum or dad to say you should move, she says, hey, you leave your mum or dad alone. When they're ready, they'll make the decision. You tell me when you're good and ready because you should stay in this home as long as you want to. And what do you know what happens the next day? All of a sudden, that person gets on the phone, they ring up this particular agent, they say, I'm ready now, let's move. And you see the difference because when you've actually in that position that you've experienced what people are going through, you can become a phenomenal lister. So now, before anyone in your sales team goes out to a listing presentation, I want to know what's the age, profile, and demographic of the person they're going to see. Should they pair up and bring someone else from the office to make sure that you can relate more to that audience and to put yourself in the winning position?